International Airport, Abuja, has reopened for commercial flights 24 hours earlier than scheduled. The temporary closure of Nigeria's second busiest airport paved the way for renovation works to be carried out on the runway. Our correspondent, Gafre Bimiata, has more for us. The Ethiopian airline from Addis Ababa touching down at the Nnamdi Azikwe International Airport. This is the first airline to do so for about a month and a half now, since the Abuja International Airport was shut down for renovation work to go on. And there is a general sense of excitement within and around the airport. From the airport staff to the airline passengers, there is a sense of relief that the Abuja airport is functioning yet again.
What we saw, we weren't expecting it at all. We were expecting to land in Kaduna, but unfortunately we landed in Abuja. It was so smooth, the terminal so beautiful. We thank the government. It's a good job, well done.
Everything went well, alhamdulillah, but the unfortunate thing is we just landed in Abuja without anybody telling us that we were coming to Abuja. We were scheduled to fly and land in Kaduna. So my driver is there, all my things are there, the keys to my house is in Kaduna. And I took somebody's message to deliver in Kaduna. Look at it, they gave me money to deliver to their family. And unfortunately the family is waiting for me in Kaduna, yeah. So I have a long explanation to do, you know, so that's unfortunate. But other than that, the most important thing is that the airport is good.
Commercial airlines can now resume their operations as soon as possible following the official reopening.
The airport is open. Any commercial aircraft is free to land in the airport. So they can come in today, they can start coming in from tomorrow. But of course, most people that book their flights to Kaduna, but any other aircraft is free to land. Yeah, the airport is officially open now.
Organizations such as Nigerian Customs Service say it has now put measures in place towards ensuring that operations at the airport kickstart as soon as possible.
This used to be our base before our movement to Kaduna, and we know what we lost on the first day at Kaduna when the airport started operation there. So to avoid something similar, on return here, we made sure that our bank, our valuation officers, and all others are on place for us to make sure that what is due to Nigeria is collected on behalf, by the Customs Service.
The anxious wait for the reopening of the Nnamdi Azikwe International Airport has finally ended, laying to rest the controversy about whether or not the airport can be ready within the stipulated period the government had given for the renovation work to be done. In the meantime now, a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Olashukwu Adeola from Oyo State, has commended the federal government for meeting up with the deadline for the completion of the renovation work at Nnamdi Azikwe Airport, Abuja. Honorable Olashukwu disclosed this on Tuesday in an interview with our correspondent, Tomilola Oyesomi.
We should be commended. I doubt if anybody has come up to say, oh, this government has actually tried. Because all we had, like, why Kaduna, you shouldn't have closed it. Why take it to Kaduna? There's going to be a lot of air crashes. There's going to be armed robbery. There's going to be kidnapping. But here we are. The Port Harcourt was made, the airport was made ready on Sunday 17th.
This is not the first time. Seeing that they say 6 weeks, within 6 weeks they are going to fix the runway and they made it, it's not the first time. This is a change mantra. Whatever Mr. President says is what he's going to do.
Recalls that on the 12th of January 2017, a motion titled Call for a Review of the Planned Closure of Nnamdi Azikwe International Airport, Abuja, was sponsored by Honorable Olufunke Adedoyin, and the House mandated its Committee on Aviation to ensure implementation of the airport closure. Now, the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, has called on the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, to assist the federal government domesticate the 2016 Human Development Report in Nigeria. The minister made a call during the national launch of UNDP's 2016 Human Development Report in Abuja. Our correspondent, Unora Ningwobodo, reports that the UNDP report shows that between 2005 and 2015, Nigeria's Human Development Index increased from 0.466 to 0.527, making a 13.1% increase. Take a look.
The report has 5 key messages which indicate that universality is key to human development and human development for everyone is attainable, among others. Speaking at the launch of the report, which ranked Nigeria 152 out of 188 countries in the Human Development Index, UNDP Resident Representative Edward Callon says the world should focus more on sustainable work which does not put people at risk.
Nigeria's Human Development Index increased from 0.466 to 0.527. This translates to a 13.1% increase. This is encouraging, but given the humanitarian challenges already alluded to and the economic recession witnessed in 2016, there is an urgent need to design policies and programs to ensure that the upward trend in human development is not reversed.
Presenting the 2016 Human Development Report, UNDPA Economic Advisor Ojijo Odiembo said there has been progress, but a lot of challenges in terms of elite capture of institutions, inequality, discriminatory laws and marginalization.
There's been progress, but a lot of challenges that remain. If you just look at those figures, you may not see them. But in terms of impact capital, a lot of people are still excluded. In terms of sanitation, in terms of level of basic services, a lot of people are still excluded. That's the sense of that particular slide. A lot of people are still being excluded out from the development process.
The UNDPA Economic Advisor further stated that what is driving the noticed growth in the report is the well-being of the economy. Odiembo, however, said that human development focuses on the richness of human lives rather than on the richness of economies.
This growth in human development, as measured by the Human Development Index, the first thing that's driving that, as you can see there, is the well-being of the economy, the GNI per capita. Again, remember, this is just an average figure. It doesn't tell you how that wealth is distributed in society. But it's been going up. Of course, we expect some changes post-2015 because of the recession that we have had. The size of the cake has certainly shrunk instead of growing. So we expect that. But remember, these figures refer to up to 2015, pre-recession.
The Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, challenged the UNDP to assist the federal government domesticate the report in Nigeria.
There was a gathering of this nature, the launch of the last National Human Development Report with the theme Human Security and Human Development in Nigeria. Almost a year after, there are still pockets of flashpoints still very, very much visible. This time around, I wish to challenge the UNDP and indeed the UN system to work with us to come up with measures to domesticate and actualize the recommendations of this particular report. Let me state that government is working proactively to address the current economic challenges facing our nation.
The core message of the 2016 Human Development Report is that for human development to reach everyone, growth has to be inclusive and that people should be empowered by upholding human rights, ensuring access to justice, promoting inclusion and ensuring accountability.
In other news, now thousands of residents of Borokiri in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, staged a peaceful protest to the Agri-Road business area of Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company, PHED, over poor power supply and high electricity bills. Converter Elisha has more for us. Normal business activities were completely paralyzed at the Garden City main office of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. At the early hours of Tuesday, the resident obstructed free flow of traffic along the Agri Road during their protest to the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company for poor power supply and overbilling.
NEPA don't used to give us light. They will give us light for 2 days and they will bring bill of 4 months for we to pay. And those of us that are doing business with light, like barbers, no light to do your business, hairdressers, no light to do your business. You have a restaurant, no light to do your business. You're selling frozen food, no light to do your business. And from there, you pay your children's school fees. From there, you pay your house rent.
NEPA have been doing us bad. It's as if we are not in Port Harcourt. For the past 6 months, we've not getting light. And the governor said there must be development in Port Harcourt, especially in Borokri, no light. It's not good. They have been collecting light bill every time, no light. We're in darkness. Tell them to give us light.
They complained that they pay exorbitant bill without any supply, describing the act as fraudulent. Meanwhile, the Public Relations Officer of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company, John Oyi, attributed the lack of constant power supply to the Borokiri axis of Port Harcourt and other areas alike to insufficient energy supply from the national grid.
What we want now is our light. Let her be giving us our light, or else we are going to close the office down. Enough is enough. It's not good. Like right now, my fridge is condemned because when light is not there, the fridge cannot function. Look at it. We are not owing NEPA. For even this month, they have share bill.
We have our methodology in billing customers. Those without meters, we have the NEC approved methodology in a billing customers. So I don't know what you say, it is exorbitant. And of course, you know, we have our tariff that is applied to each customer based on appliances. We bill appliances, we are not billing rooms. Now, if there's a supply on the feeder and due to one reason or the other, you have a local fault, it must be reported immediately and it must be cleared. And that is it. So the whole feeder, my feeder shows between 7, 8, and 9 hours on daily basis, and it is based on what we receive from the grid.
This is Galaxy News. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us. You're welcome back. Now, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, or your state chapter, has declared that there is no going back on the plan to picket some of the banks withholding payment of pension arrears at the expiration of an ultimatum given to the state government. 2 weeks ago, the pensioners had accused some officials of the State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs of shady deals. Our correspondent Kunojo reports that the Secretary of the Union in the Southwest and Oyo State said the state government had invited the leaders of the union for a meeting which ended in a deadlock.
And the meeting lasted for 5 hours. We discussed on a number of issues, particularly on the issues of retired primary school teachers whose pensions have not been paid for an upward of 56 months and who have not been paid the gratuity since 2008. We also discussed about the implementation of the 6% and 15% pension increase to retired local government workers.
In separate interviews, the chairman and secretary of retired primary school teachers in the state said their members are poised for a showdown until the demands are met.
Instead of receiving the whole allowance at the same time, you know, we have been talking about bad luck of arrears. They are increasing the arrears now because other sectors are in November month and January month, but we are still yet to collect June now. We will see that they are increasing the arrears. So instead of solving the problem of arrears, so our negotiation is still continuing.
We want to appeal to the state government that the governor should be magnanimous enough to come to the aid of aging workers who have used all their life to raise the children of common men. It is now time for them to reap the fruit of their labor. The governor should please come out graciously and approve lump sum of money so that we will come out of this imbroglio.
Away from Oyo State now, Ondo Police Command has confirmed the kidnap of a monarch, Oba Joel Sunday Daudu, by yet to be identified gunman. The monarch was kidnapped at the exact spot where the former regent of Akungba was kidnapped 2 years ago. Speaking on the development, the State Police Public Relations Officer Femi Joseph said the incident is quite unfortunate.
We can confirm it, and since the incident happened, we have started work. But I just want to let people know that there are a lot of intrigues and methodologies that go into a case where someone is kidnapped and rescue operation is being done.
Joseph said the command has done everything possible to cap the activities of kidnappers. He assured the people, especially those living in the northern senatorial district of the state, of adequate security.
Commence serious activities. Up to this moment that I'm speaking to you, we still have the search party going about throughout the holiday, the Easter holiday. We were in the bush, combing the bush.
Meantime, the monarch's abductors have asked for a 15 million naira ransom. However, the victim's family members are negotiating for a 10 million naira ransom. We move to Bayelsa State now, where Governor Seriake Dixon says the 2017 budget of repositioning and consolidation is a very important aspect of his government, as it will help consolidate the programs laid out by his administration. He made a disclosure while signing the Educational Development Trust Fund into law at the Government House in Yenagoa.
To consolidate and conclude most of what we have started is very clear to the development of our state, appropriating 111 billion for capital projects alone in this state.
The governor promised to fulfill his promises. Also, the Speaker of the House of Assembly gave a breakdown of the budget.
That is very important because this is the budget that will finish a number of things that are ongoing, most of our ambitious programs that are ongoing, that are expected to be finished and put to use this year. But we intend to do more of that this year.
The total budget is 243 billion 244 million 389,714 naira. Gratuities and salaries element 27%.
The high point of the occasion was the signing of the Educational Development Trust Fund, as well as other documents as presented by the Speaker. We move to Delta State now, where the Commissioner for Lands and Survey, Chike Osai, has warned those encroaching on land owned by the state government to desist from such acts immediately. He made the remarks during his visit to Alaja and Ogbejo community in Odu and Warri Southwest local government areas of the state in order to put an end to land dispute.
The government will no longer take this nonsense that we are seeing here. And at this moment, I want to also tell these individuals who are holding fake CFO to put it behind them, because I don't think we will continue to accept that nonsense. A lot of litigation is going on. Even those persons that crouch, either you buy from the community or you buy from whoever you.
On his first visit to the troubled communities, he spoke on the challenges faced by government.
Very happy that I take time to go to all this side to see what is happening, because when I zoom to tea, I find out there's a lot of challenges before me. One, 3 persons agitating or having a 3C or 4 for a plot of land, and a lot of challenges. So, but I'm happy today that I'm here to see things myself.
Recall that 5 persons allegedly lost their lives during the age-long communal clash between Alaja and Ogbejo communities over land dispute. The state government has since taken ownership of the land to avoid more bloodshed. You're watching Galaxy News.